Assalamu alaikum, dear students. We are going to start our online schools classes for English medium students of Radiant International School and College. Basically, we'll start with the physics class. Then, after the other subject, the chemistry, biology, maths, we'll continue with this with like these sessions. So today, I will discuss the physics of a chapter. The chapter is the electricity. So far it was written here, and the segment is mains electricity. The electricity chapter is 5 and the main electricity is 5.08. The segment and the recommended book is the physics for the higher tier. This book, we are observing this book, the commonly accepted and practice book, as well as in our school we just use it. And this chapter is module for basically class 8, but it would be helpful for the class 6 and 7 also, for reviewing their memories. And basically this chapter is module for the lesson is and the lecture is module for the English medium students. uh, I'm Mursalin with you, giving the aid. So now we will start the topic. Now please turn on the pages. So this is the higher tier book of Stephen Popple. So today we'll go with this chapter 5.08. The chapter 5.08, it's mains electricity. So far we have you know that the main, what is the main electricity? The electricity is used for the making powers of the electrical appliances like the light, fan, refrigerators, TVs, and other electrical appliances. That the supply line comes from the outside to the home, from the production house or the supply companies or the uh, production systems. The huge thick cables from the road, the upper side of the road, like with the poles, or in the western countries they use in the downer to the earth to carry the main electricity to the household use. This is the thing, that main electricity is like that in whenever it enters to your home, you will see that the main cables, this is the main cables. I am using the book pictures. So main cables comes from the outside of the production house or the production company, supply companies, and it comes to the house with this way. This is the plug points, and from here the main supply, the supply cables, we just use for the appliances. Here is a picture with the kettle. There is a picture with the kettle. You can segmented this picture like this, and this picture is uh, circuit drawing is given the downer part for the students, teachers, engineers, and the others. They have, for the simplicity of this circuit, how it works. So anyway, so main electricity comes to the home, and we just use it with this way. This is the supply current. So in this chapter, in this chapter, we will come to know the outcomes of this chapter. Outcomes of this chapter. Mains electricity. The outcome of this chapter, after completion of this chapter, we will come to know the what is the uh, neutral wire, the neutral wire, the live wire, the earth wire, and the fuse. And the fuse, the switch is WITCH, switch, and the 3-pin plug, T 3-pin plugs and avoiding the hazard of the electricity, avoiding the hazard. So by using fuses. So these are the things: the one, the neutral wire, the live wire, the earth wire, the fuses, the switch, and the 3-pin plugs, and avoiding the headers by using the fuses. So now the main electricity. What is the main electricity? According to your book, that you can see here, whenever you are just plugged in a electrical kettle, you are connecting it into a circuit. The circuit hasn't got a battery in it, but the main supply is doing the same job. Instead of the battery, the main supply is giving you the energy or power, the same job the battery does, like this. So the instead of the DC supply, you know that the symbol of the DC supply is like this. Or here the AC supply, you should remember it, the AC supply should be like this. So here is given the symbol of the AC supply like this. It comes with the two wires like this, and if you use the plug here, and the AC supply goes, the supply goes to the kettle or the any electrical appliances that you are using, that like this. So now we will see what happens here. Look, the second picture. The second picture is that the plug point here, this is the plug point, this is the plug point. So this is the plug point, and this is the switch. Switch is given here, the switch is related here, and this is the switch, and in the plug there is a fuse. You can see here, either here or here, there is a fuse there for the safety measure. There are the two wire, one wire is the brown or red, and one is the blue or blue or light blue, like these are dark blue colors. This is the neutral wire, and the dotted line is given here, that this is the earth wire. So far you think that it's earth wire. This is given for the safety measure. Sometimes the electricity gives the charge, diffuse the charge through the appliances. This is a plastic handle, it doesn't carry the charges, or it doesn't have the charge, but this is the metal plate, this is the metallic appliances, so it may have the charges. So that's why the body is earth by a wire, and it was kept to the downer to the earth to diffuse the charges. So we are observing in this picture, the AC supply currents comes with the two wires with a switch here, and it's go there with a two wire and another additional wire. This is a part, not a part of a circuit, but it was that's why it was dotted like this. This is the earth wire is given here. This is the plug points. There is the 3 points here. These are the 3 points. So anyway, so now we come to the chapter. What they have written here, the current from the main socket. The current from the main socket isn't one-way flow like the current in a battery. That means the battery gives the one-way flow, but the AC supply gives the pull pushed forward and backward around the circuit 50 times in every second. You should underline it for your MCQ and the other purposes. So what that thing, that forward and backward 50 cycle per second, 50 times backward or forward, like this, 50 times backward or forward, 50 times. So we will learn it later on, the upper classes. So what is the cycle, what is the things, the 50 times backward and forward, you just need to remember now this part, these limits. So the current is known as the alternate current or AC current. The main frequency is 50. The power station supply AC because it is easy to generate the one-way direct current than one-way direct current is. So why the AC supply is used? So it is easier than the direct current, DC current from the supply stations. In Britain the supply is 230 volt. In our country it also the 230 volts. The connecting wire to the kettle are insulated. They are contained in a single cable or flex. The live wire goes alternately, and as live wire is minus and a plus as a electrons pushed and pulled around the circuit. The live wire, this is the live wire, this is the live wire. It carries the electrons and go like this. Okay. The neutral wire is earthed by the electrical company. It is connected to a metal plate buried to the ground. So this would be the earthed by the electrical company. This is the earthed wire like this. Anyway, so it is connected to the buried in the ground, and the voltage is 0. The voltage is 0. If the accidentally touch the neutral wire, you should not get a shock. This is why the the color you should need the neutral wire color is the neutral wire color is the blue or dark blue or the light blue, and the live wire and the live wire color would be red or brown, and the earth wire it is a green or yellow. So those are the thing. Now the switch is the main socket is fitted in the live wire. This is made to sure that none of the wire is flex or is even live when the switch is turned off. When the switch is turned off, the supply would be cut off, the circuit would be cut off. Where this you are looking, the switch is off, it is open, so no power would be supplied here. So if you touch the wire or the appliances, you will not get shocked. So the fuse, if the fuse is a short piece of thin wire, you need to underline thin wire which overheats and melts too much current flows through it. If too much current flows through it, it will melt and overheated. If the fault develops, the fuse blows and breaks the circuits, because and these are the things, and catch fire. The fuse inside a small cartridge in the plug. This is a small cartridge make of the glasses, and this is the metal part that can make the contact, and in between this the metal part, these are the two metal parts, and this is the glass or porcelain like this, and the fuse wire is connected with this that to make the circuit okay. So now the earth wire, it is the safety wire. Normally no current flows through it. It contains the metal parts of the kettle to earth like this. For example, the live wire loses and touches. For example, the live wire touches the metal part of the kettle. Current flows the earth and dangerous to touch. So this is the thing. And now the 3-pin plugs. The 3-pin plugs you have already shown the 3-pin plugs. This is the 3-pin plug. This plug is enlarged here with this. This is the earth wire. This is the neutral wire. This is the live wire. So what we see, the live wire contains the switch and the fuse. Remember these things. The switch and the fuse is attached or is connected with the live wire, not the neutral or the earth wire. So this is the thing. And choose a fuse. So what should be the fuse? Why the fuse is used? Because the fuse is a thin wire. You have got here the thin wire. So whenever the current the flow is high or the load is high, that means the current is low but the appliance is high, but like this. So the thin wire become heated and melts and disconnect disconnect the circuit that to save the from the saving from the save the hazards that the blowing up with the fires or melting or the any damage like this. So choosing the fuse, how it is choosing. So choosing the fuse should in commonly used fuse in the butane is the 3 and 13 amperes. So fuse should be a little bit higher than the current flows it. The fuse is calculated in the amperes. So if the fuse is the lower, so it would be higher like this. So uh, the fuse should be the up to 1 to 4 1 to 4 1 to 3 or 1 to 2. 1 to 2 will is the 3 ampere fuse, and above the 2 will is the 13 ampere fuse. But in the market there are another a few lot of fuses is available there nowadays. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 in the 30-40 amperes, all the industrial fuses. But in the home appliances we will use the 3 and 13. So up to 2 ampere flow of the electricity, so we'll use the 3 ampere fuse, and the above the 2 we'll use the 13 ampere fuse commonly. Now we'll go for solving the questions. So what would be the thing that the questions here, the live, neutral and earth, which of these wires has has a brown so you can show the brown, you can have the answer is the live. Is a safe wire is the neutral wire. Safe wire is the earth wire. So you write down the you can write down the live, and it's maybe the earth, and the goes alternately.